Oh, what's up you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel and this Star Wars Squadrons video. And I want all my pilots out there to strike their very best victory poses because we just got the most amazing development for Star Wars Squadrons. In a blog post released in the Star Wars Squadrons website, we find out that next week we're going to be getting Update 2.0, which will bring with it a fix for the ranked mode that has currently been broken since the release of Star Wars Squadrons. This is the best news for the game because it was the single thing holding player retention back. What's the point of having a game with an in-depth ranked mode if that ranked mode doesn't work? Earlier last week, we received an update that gave us a bunch of cosmetics based around the Mandalorian TV show, the most coveted of which was that adorable bobblehead baby Yoda. However, that's not the only thing that happened. In the server-side maintenance that happened about a week ago, they actually confirmed that they resolved the issue with players getting stuck at rank 0. However, this only prevented people from being affected moving forward, and that players that were currently stuck in the state, like myself, were still affected. However, they do have a fix en route in this new Update 2.0 patch that's coming next week, and they wanted to give us a heads up. I'm really happy that they reached out and gave this extremely important piece of communication to get the community hyped, and so that we can be ready and excited for the events coming next week. You see, this coming update will give all players the option to reset their rank. That means that players like myself who are stuck at rank 0 can restart the process and actually find themselves within the ranking, whereas players who are actually progressing through the rank tree, maybe they're in Maverick, maybe they're in Hotshot, they do not have to reset if they don't want to. And then they make sure to take the time that we realize this has taken a while and they want to apologize, but the team has been working very hard to get it fixed as quickly as possible, and they realize it's put a damper on completing fleet battles for a lot of the community. And I'm really happy that they took the time to highlight this extremely specific part of the update that many people were asking for, because you can be guaranteed this is far from the only thing coming next week. I mean, just look at the number of the update. This is Update 2.0 that we're going to be getting, not Update 1.4. We're currently on version 1.3 of Star Wars Squadrons, and to suddenly jump 7 decimal points to the next, we're just going to go straight to 2.0, that signifies we're going to see some absolutely massive changes to the game. So we're likely to see a lot of changes happen in the area of balancing. For example, there is a particular strategy in the game known as AI creep, where if you're on the offensive and you let your destroyers, or your frigates rather, push up close enough to the enemies, you can just sit where their AI spawns at and stay permanently on the offense, with the defense having no chance to flip it back because you're in the area where their AI spawns and you can farm them non-stop. And then you have straight up starfighter balancing, like the Y-Wing is straight up overpowered, especially when you compare it to its counterpart on the Republic side, the Y-Wing. When you equip it with the right settings, the maximum amount of hull that you can have on your TIE Bomber is like 3,500, where the maximum amount of health that you can have on your Y-Wing is something like 2,400. And maybe you can get next to the TIE Bomber if you have a completely overcharged shield, but even then, you're still going to be dramatically slower, where the TIE Bomber can fly at 120-something speed, the Y-Wing can fly at a maximum of maybe 70 to 80 speed, and so there's a huge power gap between the TIE Bomber and the Y-Wing, the supposedly comparable fighters of both teams. And as a result of this, I don't know if you guys feel this, but I definitely feel myself having a much more difficult time winning as a Republic than I do as an Imperial. Or you have the Carbonti targeting jammer on the interceptors, which makes it impossible to target their ship for 5 seconds, and that's all the time an enemy needs to get away from you and or kill you. Like, I have been aiming directly at an interceptor, and then it turns on its Carbonti jammer, and then it disappears, and I cannot hit it at all. Especially the A-wings, they are so slender and slim, they're nearly impossible to hit, even if you're looking directly at them, because you lose a lot of the auto aim and targeting features without that ability to lock onto an enemy. And it makes it almost impossible to prevent them from rushing in and causing incredible destruction that you pretty much have no ability to stop. You can't shoot them, so you can't stop them. But, I mean, we'll see what happens next week. I'm getting a little bit salty there over some strategies that have been abused against me, but hopefully we'll see those strategies go by the wayside with this massive update we're going to see next week. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. In the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre, and I'm out.